Hey everybody, Paranormal Video Gamer here. This is a tutorial, actually how to install an SSD into the PS5 in layman's terms. I've heard a lot of people like talk about how to do it and then they kind of just walk you through showing you pictures and whatnot. I actually want to show you guys how to do it. So as you can see, I've got the system part. These panels, it's a little dusty, but they come out really easy. When you're removing these panels, let me see. Yeah, this is the drive one. All right, so when you're removing these panels, you want to. I'll put this on real quick to show you guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay, you'll hear a snap. Okay. That means the panel has been put on correctly. It doesn't matter which system you have. I have the disc version, but if you go with the digital version, they come off just as easy from what I understood. In order to remove them, the front of the system has this section here that is very, very large compared to the front of the system. So on the front of the system, obviously you've got your USB port. So I call it the wing of the system. Again, I apologize for the dust. I gotta clean it off. But this is where you do not want to grab, okay, to remove the panel. Where you want to grab is actually the opposite end of where it is. And what you want to do is when you go to yank this off, you want to kind of, it's kind of weird to describe it, but you want to lift this a little bit, just a little, and then you want to pull down towards the bottom of the system. And then once you do that, the panel comes off, no problem. You're ready to go. So, how do you get to the HDMI, or HDD, or SSD, I should say. Today is just one of those days. I've got no power here at my house, so you'll see this little case here. Alright, I just took out this one. I'm going to give to my brother, who's probably watching this video, because I'm going to send it to him, because he probably has no clue how to install this. This is the one I removed. This is a 500 gig. I put a 1 terabyte in here. You want to take, you usually get, when you buy a heatsink, which I bought from Amazon, it was literally $3 for a heatsink off Amazon, but they do sell for about $8 on average. I was lucky in order to get it for $3. So what you want to do is you want to take this screw out. And it's stuck in there pretty good, all right? And I've already installed this, so I'm just showing you guys so you guys can see what you do. Now what you want to do is you want to slide this out, and then you want to lift. And then the panel comes off. Now this is the new one I just put in. I haven't tested it yet. There's a little screw that you put in here, and I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to show you guys. The screw that is in here was in here. It's basically a holder area, so you know exactly where that screw is, so you never, lose it or anything like that. So, again, you take the screw off. It takes a little bit of finesse to get the screw out, and you'll know that you did it right when this particular part of the drive. When you first get your system, there is none in here, so you actually have to install it. But sometimes the screw can be a little tricky, so you could just, either you could put it on what I do is I put it right here on the cover, and then this right here, this is the SSD. This just kind of slides out like that. And once it slides out, I have mine already installed. As you could see, I put like all the screws and things that I thought would be necessary. I didn't think really, I have to put more than 5 screws. But if you want to, go ahead. I just think it's kind of pointless because there's already, 5 screws in it. To install, you'll see a little thing there. I'll put on my light real quick. My console's a little dusty. I got to sweep it out. But you'll see right there in this area here, there's like a little pin connector here. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that the groove section here, as you can see, is facing up. Okay, that's very important, because if you try putting this in the opposite way, the door will not close whatsoever. I'm just giving you a heads up, warning. it will not close. I tested it just to see what would happen, and yeah, it didn't close whatsoever. So what you want to do is you want to just kind of gently put it in, and then you want to push the drive right in. And it takes a little bit of fiddling, a little bit of room, but you'll hear it snap in. And once you hear that snap, it'll still be movable, but it's in there pretty good. Then what you want to do is you want to take the screw that's in here, and you want to put it in here. It's basically just to make sure that the SSD that you've just installed does not move. Like if you go to do something with it or move it to another shelf or something, it does not move. Once it's in, you don't want it too tight, just enough to where it's pretty tight, but again, not so tight where it could literally damage it. And once that's in, it should be relatively sturdy. If it's not perfect, don't worry. As long as it snaps in, you're good. And then you want to take the plate, and you want to slowly kind of wiggle it in, like so. Just go up and down like that. It's not going to hurt the system. And then you want to take the screw, get it up actually, and then once you put the door on, you want to take the screw back out to the end. And then you want to just tighten the screw down, like so. And then, bam, just make sure it's nice and tight. Door's not moving. Then you can put your panel right back on. You don't even have to, like, I'm going to clean it off, but literally just pop your panel back on the exact way that you had it before. You'll see that there's little holes right here, as you can see from there. Again, mine's a little dusty. I got to clean it out, but this is just basically giving you a heads up of how to do this. You slide the panel back into place. This is the hard drive area here. Here, the fan's obviously here, but yeah, you just slide it back in this way. It's the opposite direction of when you first took the panel off, and I did. You have to take both panels off, just a heads up. It's kind of like a thing that you just have to do, because if you don't, then you're going to be having problems with it. But yeah, take both panels off, put it back together, plug your system in, and you're good to go. And it's as simple as that. It's literally 7, almost 8 minutes it takes you to install an SSD into the back of the PS5. It's not that bad. I've heard a lot of people say it took them forever. This is just a tutorial on how to do it and how to do it quick and not have to worry so much. But as long as you follow these steps, you'll be good to go. So, you're welcome. For me, Paranormal Video Gamer.